2, 1, go.
My name is Fumilola Murakeyo, and it's such a delight to be the moderator guiding the conversation today on the broad theme, Youthful and Useful, Building Collaborations Across Africa for the Africa We Want.
Collaboration is even beyond being physical, right? I think that the biggest misconception about collaboration is the fact that people think it needs to be physical for it to bring results.
When we talk about collaboration, no matter how far we go, until we figure out what is wrong with home, our collaborations won't be as great as they could be.
So far now, we've succeeded in advocacy with the media. So young people have a voice now. You find it on Twitter, you find it on Instagram. We're loud, we're speaking, but are we being heard? And if we move from speaking, are we taking actions?
People are not working together to solve that same thing. And you see it in non-profit organizations. You know, this organization is saying, I want to do primary education, this one. So everybody's doing different things. Solving symptoms are not the core of the problem.
I think that communication is becoming even more crucial to Africa than it has ever been.
It's important that we realize the power we have in ourselves to change the narratives and to ensure that people get the correct information that is being shared by the different organizations on the social media space.
For me, this is an honor and privilege to be able to be associated with not the future generation, but today's leaders. And we're going to unveil today an edifice that will really be able to take us to another level.
I would love to help the homeless. I would love to give them somewhere to stay, to give them proper education, and for them to see other people and rely on them.
Please join me.
Before I started this Lead the Way program by Lead Africa, I've always thought that you being in high power can make you a leader. But now I'm here, you don't need to be president, you don't need to be the manager of a company, you can be a leader by yourself.
My expectations were to maybe learn something about myself and have a few experiences that I wouldn't have.
Have a tour and have a look around the world of tech in Microsoft.
For some people, you might have to make that tough choice between pursuing your passion and doing something else in the meantime.
Passion gets you started. You know, it starts off with your career journey because that's where you're able to use to identify what you like, you know, and what to say yes to and what to say no to. But what keeps you going, what keeps you the right path is actually hard work and determination and resilience.
I was motivated to join the Leap Africa's e-learning bootcamp because of my love for education and to design personalized learning experiences for kids and adults learning.
Leap Africa's e-learning bootcamp has exceeded my expectations. It's been just 3 weeks into the program and I have already created my own online course. The excitement is so filled with anticipation to learn. Facilitators have broken down concepts so simply and the classes are very interesting.
Into the business. It's very much hardware and capital intensive.
there's a need for us also in Nigeria to be able to support the teaming effort by young Nigerians who are trying to bring about catalytic change in their communities.
Most of developing economies, they have thrived on innovations that have been created by their own local people and have been pushed and scaled. And so definitely Nigeria is a very fertile ground because there are a lot of young minds, brilliant minds, and disruptors.
This is something that we have to keep doing. We can't, in fact, it has to be the way forward. We can't do business as usual as it usually has been done.
Of service is actually more than a day already. It's already a month of service.
It really reminds me of what collective action can do, what collaboration can do. It reminds me that I can work together with people and things can be done.
We recognize the power of the youth. We understand that in the next few years, the youth in Africa are going to be the one driving the forefront of everything we need to do.
We have such a vibrant workforce when it comes to the youth, and I know we can do more if we all align to a common goal.
Somebody somewhere in Africa right now, among those top countries, is doing something alongside us that is impacting their communities, that's impacting the environment, and impacting the SDGs in a positive way. One of the big aspects of this Leadership Accelerator program for us at Leap Africa is the fact that we're able to bring women from across Africa together. It's not just about Nigeria. We recognize that the continent of Africa needs strong leaders, needs strong women leaders. And so it's amazing that young women have taken action to come here to participate. Very excited about that, having these different young ladies from across Africa.
Human trafficking, it's any form of violence that is the movement of persons or group of persons from one location to another location. It could be internal or external.
Like deceiving people, taking them from one place to another for another engagement that they don't know precisely.
It has to do with this, some form of deception, maybe sometimes false threats.
Thank you, Leap Africa, for this capacity building. It has been a good one. There are some things that we don't know before, but now we have identified it, especially in the space of human trafficking in person, because we don't know it before, but now you've let us know it, you've let us identify it, you've let us know how to tackle it, and now we are ready to tackle it. Thank you.
Leap Africa training is one of the most interesting training for me, especially on this issue of human trafficking.
I'm now more aware of my environment. On a normal day before I would have just, gone, but now if I have a discussion with someone and I'm listening to them, or maybe I see a group of people and I'm now more conscious. Is this a trafficked person?
Statistics shows that 70% of Nigeria's population are young people, and in the coming decades, it will be on an increasing lane. What we're doing with Youth Leadership Development Program is that we are equipping and supporting young people from Nigeria's tertiary institutions with the skills and the resources that they need to lead social change across communities and influence policies towards the development of the nation. The Youth Leadership Development Program rests on two tracks. We call it the sustainability track and then the advocacy track. The sustainability track allows us prepare young people to take on initiatives in their communities, and then they're given micro grants to implement these initiatives. The advocacy track allows us to prepare young people to have dialogues, and so they get to have inter-school dialogues on policy issues.
Good. That means you recognize that vocational skills alone
and skill acquisition cannot work, right? We need policies of the government. And that is the same thing that we are saying. Are you on our side?
So you see, that Nigeria's cultural influence across the world is the reason we call it Giant of Africa, which is unmatched by any other African country.
A round of applause, please. It's getting intense and getting more heated.
So how can African countries effectively integrate EdTech into their educational system while ensuring sustainability, scalability, especially in resource-constrained environments?
For good or for bad, there's perhaps no better time to be alive and a young African leader than today. With creativity, innovation, technology, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and more accelerating at an incredible pace.
Thrilled to be here today to highlight the incredible energy and potentials of Nigerian youth. As we gather to unveil the grant awarded by the Nigerian Youth Fund's Future, the NYFF, we are not merely witnessing the allocation of resources, but rather the ignition of a movement that will shape the Nigeria we all desire.
There's a lot of talk about what Nigeria should be, the desire you want for Nigeria. There are many interests in the room. There are many perspectives to how we can get this done. But what the fund is doing is to ensure that there is a cohesive way that this is achieved. There is a way to track the growth, the impact, and the success of a project such as this. I don't think there's any project or fund like this in Nigeria currently that is giving money, support, technical support, and other sort of structures to young people to drive youth-based and youth-led activism in Nigeria. So a round of applause to Mercator Foundation, Ford Foundation, and more recently Luminate, who has joined the community of funders who are given to this opportunity.